experience with us and your feelings on representing India in ICAO. Over to you, Dr. Shefali.
Thank you very much, Harpreet, for inviting me and giving me this platform. And a very, very happy Civil Aviation Day to all our women professionals who are working in this sector. You all do us proud, and there is no doubt that what a woman can do, many men are required to do the same job. Starting with myself, I happen to be the first woman representative as far as India is concerned. In the council, ICAO council, which consists of 36 representatives from different states. There are only 6 women representatives. So you can imagine we are very much in the minority. However, we have really tried to work and show our presence. And as far as my own experience is concerned, my effort has been to always try to involve myself in all deliberations of the council. It takes a lot of confidence and effort, and you really need to do your background work. You need to know the details, because as you know, the sector is extremely regulated and it is also very complex. But yes, as you know, you are able to make strong interventions in the council as you volunteer to be part of more and more groups which are formed from time to time for specific work. You get to be recognized for your own personal inputs. And this has been my story, and I would just like to share the story with the others. So when I initially came here, I was a small brown woman coming from a developing country, India, and of course, we don't make a very strong and good impressions in the beginning, but it did take a little bit of effort, and there were challenging times. There have been many challenges, and as you all face different challenges in your work field, the same has been the case here. But I think what we have in us is persistence, and it is only with the help of our hard work and sincerity and the attitude and passion that we have for aviation, we get to be accepted. It takes a time, but you know, get the acceptance, and gradually I was able to graduate to become chairperson of many small groups. Initially, I led what is known as the implementation and strategy planning group. Thereafter, I was able to raise my voice against you know, there being no gender representations mandatory in all small committees and groups that are made by the council for various specific tasks. And this led me to be appointed as the chairperson of the small group on gender. And it was in this 8th of March this year that we adopted a resolution in ICAO Council, in which we have tried to show that all discriminatory language which is present from you know, earlier times should be removed. All language should now become gender neutral, so there cannot be a chairman, there has to be a chairperson. So these are small things, but we have tried to you know, put our foot down and to raise it, as well as, you know, try to bring in the ideas that there have to be a kind of a count of you know, the women that are attending the assembly, or they are the women who are part of various panels, as well as groups that are formed in the council. So a kind of a gender sheet has to be maintained and encouraged in the future for more participation. So this has been gradually my journey, and of course, in this year, in September, when the new committees chairpersons were appointed, then I was, because I would share with you, there are no you know, free gifts here. It is completely based on your hard work. So once they know that you can deliver, and they also know that you have delivered in the past and you need to be rewarded for your work. And this was the reason I was appointed as the chairperson of the Aviation Security Committee. As you know, it's a highly sensitive committee which deals with very sensitive matters, and incidentally became the first woman to occupy it. So that's my story.
Hearty congratulations, and we're really proud of that news. And we were so excited when we heard it the first time. So not only have you done India proud by representing India here, you've been the chairperson of the gender committee, which has, and I'm so happy to hear that now you're going to only use the word chairperson and you're trying to remove all those words which could be leading to a gender bias. We're so proud of that. And definitely when you got selected as the chairperson of the Aviation Security Committee, we really felt very thrilled to hear that, because security is actually such an important area today. And it is a very, very sensitive subject, as you rightly pointed out. So can you tell us a little bit about what are your initial challenges in this committee, in the security committee? What is the task that has been laid out for you?
Right. Harpreet, so this committee basically deals with the challenges, the latest challenges that ICAO envisages in the security scenario. So basically, cybersecurity is one such element we feel is going to be a major challenge. So there has been a lot of concentrated effort to, first of all, get the wherewithal to deal with this challenge in ICAO itself. So they have developed what is known as a cybersecurity action plan, and they have developed a cybersecurity policy, and they have laid it out for all the governments, all 193 member states, to have their own cyber security strategy. And that involves a multi-sectoral kind of a response. While here in ICAO, what we've developed is a cybersecurity panel. Now, this panel, as I would like to explain for many who are not really familiar with the way ICAO works. So ICAO gets, experts from each member state, whoever wants to volunteer to be part of this panel. And this panel of experts then, really drafts the future policies. And thereafter, then it's approved by the council and then mandated for all member states to adopt. So we have, for the first time in the history, developed what is known as a cyber security panel. And this is a way forward and to meet the challenge, which we feel is very real.
That's wonderful. And I'm sure you're going to do it brilliantly. And we look forward to reading those policies whenever they're ready and, distributed in the rest of the world. I also believe you've been put in charge of an important area of innovation, which is, another big area. And I'm so happy to see that a woman is going to lead the innovative side of ICAO. So can you share your thoughts on what are the challenges that you're going to experience while putting in this innovation strategy?
Oh, Harpreet, this is, I think, the most exciting part of my assignment now, because it actually began when I was a chair of the implementation strategy planning group. When we first started discussing, how to bring innovation into ICAO. So we decided that it's important to have dialogue with the industry, because the industry is a way forward and they plan for the next 50 years or at least 25 years ahead. And then they start manufacturing those kind of planes and, the kind of engines and so on. And then they want the ICAO should develop standards for it, especially for drones. Drones is a new kind of I would say, innovation which has really taken the world by storm today. And ICAO has been a little slow in, developing standards of it. So this was a strong realization on part of ICAO that we really need to be hands-on with these kind of innovations, which can drastically change the way aviation will be in future. So the future of aviation will have hydrogen propulsion engines, we will have electric aircrafts, we will have what is known as a vertical mobility,
Right.
and we will also have we'll have also what is known as commercial space vehicles taking people. So with these kind of ideas being afloat, it's a challenge for ICAO to really be in the helm of things rather than to be picking up the ropes as things have already moved ahead. So the idea was to hear from these CEOs of the industry leaders, so to say. So we organized what is known as the Industry Consultative Forum. This was in the month of June this year. And we got the CEO of Airbus, we got the CEO of Boeing, we got a whole lot of other people, like we've got the Heathrow Airport, we've got Toronto Airport, and it was a mix of the airports, airlines, aircraft manufacturers, air navigation, service providers. So all these verticals We got the top CEOs to speak to
Mm.
us, to speak to the ICAO, and to tell them that what are they seeing as their greatest challenge. It was a kind of a horizon scan for them to tell us what do they see is going to change the way we are going to have this sector unfold in future. So this dialogue was very, very productive, and it also kind of enlightened us that we really need to be having a dedicated group which has to further innovation in ICAO.
Mm.
So with this idea, the small group of innovation was made formed by the president of the council, and because I was the chair of the industry consultative forum, he thought that I should be the person to lead this small group on innovation. And this was really a tremendous opportunity because we are talking about transforming ICAO, which has been there for now, I would say 76 years. It is
Right.
talking about, the way we function. And not only what ICAO does, it has to be also replicated in the member states because, these innovations are happening all over the world. Even India, we have got, so many new innovators coming up in the drone, especially in the drone technology area. So everybody, innovators wherever they are in the world, they have to be listened to, and they may not be from the aviation industry, so to say. They may be completely from a different industry. They may be innovating, but they will impact the aviation sector in a very big
Absolutely
way.
right.
So,
Mm.
so this was the whole idea
Yeah.
of, trying to find out how ICAO needs to change the way it works, how it needs to create, a kind of a platform for innovators to showcase, what they are thinking in terms of future, and to have some kind of a roadmap for the future, really, that these are the main key areas in which we will see innovation completely transforming aviation sector in future. So that's my work, and I can share with you that it is very exciting.
That's lovely. And it's really wonderful talking to you. And we are really excited that this year we are also celebrating our 75th year of independence, the Amrit Mahotsav. And IWPA actually took a pledge that, in this year, we are so committed to the women empowerment goal and mission that we have laid out. And we are so proud to have you there leading us in Canada and Montreal and representing India here. And all what you spoke about, the drones, etc. There's so much of excitement in India with the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the PMO office themselves trying to drive the drone strategy and get the Indian aviation up. So with you in ICAO and with India trying to also take the lead, we really hope that your influence and your guidance, even from ICAO and for India, will gain larger strength and help each one of us. I would just like to ask you, since you are also the chapter head of the Indian Women Pilots Association and the International Women Professionals in Aviation and Aerospace, is there any message or any kind of guidance that you would like to share with our members and also for our male colleagues who now we have a he for she IWPA, the men who support the women? So any words of, strength that you would like to share with all the viewers?
Yes, Harpreet. First of all, I would just like to say that as far as India is concerned, India is definitely a top runner as far as drones drone regulations have been worked out. So we are one of the first movers, and definitely it makes me very proud to showcase here in Montreal what we are doing, and we are moving far ahead of many other countries. So having said that, as far as the idea of doing India proud and specifically celebrating the Amrit Mahotsav. So it is definitely my greatest desire that I have to work towards increasing India's stature in this 75th year, because this year also in the coming year we are going to celebrate what is known as the General Assembly of ICAO. It's going to be held in September next year. So it's going to be an occasion when India can really show what it has done, and there is a lot of avenues for demonstrating our lead in drones and in many other areas. So it would be my good fortune to be present here in Montreal and showcase India's lead. Now, regarding your question as to what could be my message, we are all facing very uncertain times, and at times, it's always the women who kind of are the first people to get affected. So they're the frontliners who get affected, whenever there is a problem of this kind, and they kind of think that it's better for them to, take a break and to look after the family. So I know there would be challenges, and the industry is going through a tumultuous phase. I would say we are trying very hard to survive, and ICAO is working to ensure that the industry survives. So what ICAO has done is trying to encourage trainings, and specific discounts are available for women if they avail of the training that are being given in ICAO. It's all available on the website. So first of all, my message to my uh, uh, fellow women professionals is, don't waste your time. Even if you have to sit back for various reasons, please do continue to cultivate your knowledge and continue to gain more, information also, because there's a lot available on the ICAO TV. So we have gone, completely live, and a whole lot of events are being happening. So you really don't need to step out of the house. You can be in your house. You can watch the various programs that are available on ICAO TV. You can do various kinds of trainings and continue to cultivate your, interest in the aviation sector and add on to your skills. So don't give up, and I think these are just passing times. We will recover from them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shefali. We are looking forward to hearing from you again once you return to India. But I can tell you that you really make us proud, and there's a lot of love and blessings being given to you from all the Indians over here. And we wish you all the best, especially on this special day of International Civil Aviation Day on the 7th of December 2021, and which also is the second anniversary of the IWPA Canada chapter. So we look forward to many more such interactions. Thank you so much, and we are very proud of you. Jai Hind, and good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Harpreet. It's my pleasure to be here, and really, I am really completely humbled by your the words that you've used, and but I can just promise you that I will continue my hard work and continue to make India proud. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.